Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
So I've been in the e-commerce industry since 2011. Me and my brother opened a motorcycle clothing store in Watford, England. And to help the sale, I started learning how Amazon worked. Then the next business, I made an eBay store of ladies' clothing. And then I held a job working my way up from an e-commerce executive to a manager. This current store in question, it took me almost 6 years of careful planning and product selection. Once I was sure of this model, I put it into action in the end of 2019 and haven't looked back since, as it has gone from growth to growth.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
I constantly challenge myself to set new targets and then try my best to achieve them. Setting up a profitable Amazon store was such a target, which I have achieved. To further grow, it would require more funding or new partners, like-minded people. And as a Muslim, I don't believe in interest-based loans, which limits my options. The current investment has been all out of our pockets. After working in the e-commerce industry for over a decade, I've realized I miss the physical process of sales in a brick and mortar setting. And having relocated to the UAE, I will reinvest the funds into such a setting. I'm currently looking at such ventures which would give me a new set of targets and motivation.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
The business is pretty much set up on autopilot at the moment. Manually, I like to check the Amazon account metrics, stock levels, supplier dealing, occasionally looking at the PPC campaigns, as these are well optimized now. Keeping an eye on the competition is a good idea to understand when to run promotions. I have not looked at new products for the last year, but that is definitely an area which can help grow the business. Once you have a successful base of revenue and profit, which we have, then experimenting with new things is very easy.
So if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
If I were to keep the business, I would definitely be adding more products, especially to the EU markets, as they have a lot more potential to be exploited. There's a few more products I have shortlisted which can be launched. I would also slightly increase the budgets for ordering inventory, as this business has always outgrown of what we have planned and keeps selling more than our expectations. Always having everything in stock would mean you never lose sales and it keeps growing steadily.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
With a successful Amazon business, one needs to have deep pockets or be willing to take loans. Amazon is also one of a kind and holds most of the market share in this industry. So one always needs to be well aware of what new rules and terms are being set out by them. Always read all their emails and be active on Amazon forums to understand what new compliance requests might come into place. If these are missed, it can have a serious impact on your business. Always bend over backwards for Amazon customers, never cut corners with quality. Take your feedbacks, reviews, and voice of customer sections very seriously and always aim to provide the best quality, profitable goods. Lacking on any of these points that I've just mentioned could have a negative impact on your business.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
This business has been my baby, and I would love for the next entrepreneur to make it further successful and would offer my help whenever is needed. I believe I've agreed to 3 months of calls and emails But even further after that, as long as there are no time constraints to myself, I would try and get back to any questions or help required.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earnout agreement?
This is not something I would be open to, as the business is already successful and giving a good ROI. Such a structure would make sense if the sale was based on a certain amount of growth rather than where it currently, which is the case.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
It's a long-term profitable Amazon FBA business entering its 5th year now. So you have a year-on-year growth. The profit margins are good. Your return on investment is pretty good. It hardly requires any work or where it currently is. To grow it, you will need to put more effort in. The monthly sales are very stable. The ad spend is quite low and the return is quite high on the ads. So the ACOS is very good. Highly optimized ad campaigns, minimal maintenance. We're successfully selling on multiple marketplaces, UK, Germany, France, and Italy. Dozens of mature listings with a large number of reviews. With reliable manufacturing and supply chain in place.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll find everything you need to know about this business. So, thanks for joining us. See you next time.